December 30th, 1916. Petrograd. Russia teetered on the brink. The Romanov Empire was bleeding from the inside. Political upheaval, war exhaustion, famine, and whispers of revolution. But one man's name echoed louder than all others. Grigory Yefimovich Rasputin. To some, he was a man of God, a peasant holy man gifted with healing powers. To others, he was the devil in human form. Healed the Tsarevich, manipulated the Tsarina, whispered to the throne, slept with aristocrats, drank with murderers, preached with saints. A riddle of flesh and spirit, a contradiction of light and shadow, and for 5 noble conspirators, he had lived far too long. Cake after cake disappeared down Rasputin's throat. Yusupov's hands began to tremble. Was the cyanide spoiled? Was Rasputin immune? Or was something darker at play? Rasputin spoke about destiny, laughed about the war, told stories of healing soldiers and seeing angels. The conspirators whispered upstairs, frantic. They had to act. Yusupov fetched a revolver. He returned. His hand shook. He fired. Rasputin slumped to the ground, bleeding from the stomach. The men celebrated prematurely. They poured themselves drinks. But 20 minutes later, Rasputin stirred. He moaned. He rolled over. He opened his eyes. Then he stood. He lunged at Yusupov, his mouth foaming, fingers clawing like an animal. 2 more men fired. One bullet struck him in the back. Another grazed his shoulder. He stumbled outside into the courtyard, bleeding, limping, but alive. He made it as far as the iron gate. A 4th shot hit him in the forehead, and finally Rasputin fell. They kicked the body, spat on it, rolled it in a thick carpet, loaded it into a carriage. It was nearly 4 a.m. The sky was black. The Neva River awaited. They dropped the body through a hole in the ice. Frozen water enveloped him. He sank. 3 days later, a local police diver recovered the corpse. But what the autopsy revealed shocked even the executioners. No trace of poison in his stomach. The bullets had missed the heart, but most disturbingly, his lungs were filled with water. He had drowned. Rasputin was alive when he hit the river. Days later, the Tsarina received a sealed letter, written in Rasputin's hand, dated 2 weeks before his death. If I am killed by peasants, the Tsar has nothing to fear. But if nobles spill my blood, your dynasty will fall. Russia will bleed. The children will weep, and angels will not answer. 2 months later, the Tsar abdicated. 1 year later, the Romanov family was executed. Was it prophecy or design? But even death could not silence the whispers. A secret police agent, Anatoly Chernov, received a message. Anonymous, untraceable. He left a cipher in the flesh. The girl knows. Vetrova remembers. The letter contained a single hand-drawn spiral. Chernov had seen it before, on a murdered cultist, on the wall of a monastery, etched in blood beneath a cathedral crypt. He began his search for Anya Vetrova, a forgotten linguist. She had transcribed Rasputin's sermons, studied his symbols, and vanished weeks before the assassination. Chernoff followed her trail through libraries, old churches, candlelit dens beneath Petrograd, until he found her. Petrova was pale, thin, eyes haunted. She showed Chernoff the notebook. Inside, strange diagrams, anatomical drawings, sequences of numbers tied to astrological patterns. A phrase repeated again and again: "The body is not the end." The spiral remembers. She believed Rasputin had encoded something into his flesh. A map, a spell, a resurrection key. Chernoff dismissed it until she showed him the scar, a spiral burned into her palm. Given to her by Rasputin, just days before his death. That winter, Petrograd burned. Revolution swept the streets. The old guard fell. Chernoff vanished. So did Petrova. Rasputin's grave was desecrated. But in the ruins of the Yusupov Palace, etched into the underside of the dining table, where Rasputin had eaten his last meal, one final message was found. I am not beneath the river, I am in the blood, in the fall of kings, in the return of silence. To this day, no one knows what the spiral truly means, but whenever an empire trembles, Rasputin's name returns, and the spiral turns again. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Stay tuned. See you next time.